Chapter 8. This chapter covers pronouns, personal pronouns agreement with generic nouns and indefinite pronouns, personal pronouns agreement with collective nouns, reflexive pronouns, using you, one, and they as impersonal pronouns, and common expressions with other. It's very important that you follow along with your book. If you go to page 136, you can find a summary of the pronouns. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is used in place of a noun. The noun it refers to is called the antecedent. For example, I read a book. It was good. It refers to a book, so book would be my antecedent. I read some books. They were good. They refers to books. Books is my antecedent. Subject pronouns are used as subjects of sentence, as John has a car. He drives to work. He substitutes John and he is the subject of this sentence. My family is large. It is composed of 9 members. In this case, family is what we call the collective noun. When a collective noun refers to a single impersonal unit, a singular gender-neutral pronoun, it or its, is used as in this example. That's why I say my family is large. It is composed of 9 members. But look at this other example. My family is loving and supportive. They are always ready to help me. When a collective noun refers to a collection of various individuals, a plural noun, they, them, or their, is used, just like in this example. Object pronouns. Object pronouns are used as the objects of verbs, as in him, in this case. John works in my office. I know whom, I know him. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns are not followed immediately by a noun. They stand alone, and they show possession. That book is hers. Yours is over there. On the other hand, possessive adjectives, they cannot stand alone. They are immediately followed by a noun. Her book is here. Your book is over there. Reflexive pronouns. A reflexive pronoun is used as the object of a verb or preposition when the subject of the sentence and the object are the same person. I saw myself in the mirror. I saw whom? Myself. I looked at myself for a long time. So here, the same person is the subject and the object. Because if you ask, I saw whom? I didn't see Paul. I didn't see Mary. I saw myself. Now that we have an overview of pronouns, let's take a look at some tricky areas. Use a plural generic noun to avoid problems with masculine or feminine pronouns. For example, I student, when you say I student, you don't know if it's feminine or masculine. You could say has his or her own theories of why the statues were carved. But there is a much easier way. You can say students, in general, have their own theories of why the statues are carved. In formal English, use a singular pronoun to refer to an indefinite pronoun. Everyone who has ever studied the Rapa Nui has his or her own theories about how and why the statues were carved, but no one knows the answers. With informal English, a plural pronoun is usually used. Informally, everyone who has ever studied the Rapa Nui has their own idea of why the statues were carved. Use a singular, gender-neutral pronoun when the collective noun refers to a single impersonal unit. The population has grown since then, and it is just under 4,000 people today. So what is the collective noun? The population. Is it a single unit or a group? A single unit, so use it. Reflexive pronouns can be tricky to foreigners. So you need to make it very clear that you only use reflexive pronouns when the subject and the object of a sentence are the same person. For example, the Rapanu might have played a role themselves in the deforestation. So here you have the subject and the object, the same person. Or you can say the Rapanu themselves might have played a role in the deforestation of the island. There are several common expressions with other. The most important thing you need to do is to help students understand the meaning of them. Let's see some examples. Mike and I write each other every week. We write to one another every week. Each other and one another indicate a reciprocal relationship. Please write on every other line. Every other can give the idea of alternate. Have you seen Ellie recently? Yes, I saw him just the other day. The other is using the time expressions such as the other day, the other morning, the other week, etc. to refer to the recent past. The ducks slipped into the water one after the other, or the ducks slipped into the water one after another. One after the other expresses the idea that separate actions occurred very close in time. One after another has the same meaning as one after the other. No one knows my secret other than Rosa. Other than is usually used after negative to mean except, as in this example. Fruit and vegetables are full of vitamins and minerals. In other words, they are good for you. In other words is used to explain, usually in simpler or clearer terms, the meaning of the preceding sentence. And that concludes Chapter 8. Make sure you ask me questions if you have in class.